The greatest thief of dreams is not failure. It's self-doubt. You know this feeling. You've had ideas that excited you, dreams that burned inside your chest, moments when you felt unstoppable. But then it came, the voice, that quiet whisper in the back of your mind. What if you're not good enough? What if you fail? What if you embarrass yourself? And just like that, the fire inside you flickered. You paused. You delayed. You told yourself, maybe tomorrow. And tomorrow never came. That's the trap of self-doubt. It doesn't shout. It doesn't break down the door. It doesn't forcefully destroy your dreams. It does something far worse. It waits quietly. It whispers gently. It convinces you to quit before you even start. Most people fear failure. But the truth is this: failure isn't the greatest enemy of success. Self-doubt is. Because failure teaches. Failure builds. Failure can be overcome. But self-doubt? Self-doubt stops you before you even try. And if you don't try, you never get the chance to fail, to learn, to grow, to win. Let me speak to your pain. You've wanted more out of life. A better career. A healthier body. A stronger relationship. A dream you've kept locked inside. But every time you take a step, doubt drags you back. It tells you, you're not ready. You're not capable. Who do you think you are? And you believe it. You retreat. You shrink. And while you hesitate, your future slips further away. Franklin D. Roosevelt once said, "The only thing we have to fear is fear itself." And he was right. Because the fear inside you, the doubt inside you, is often more powerful than any obstacle outside you. The mountain isn't the problem. The problem is the voice that says you can't climb it. Think about how many opportunities you've lost to doubt. The job you didn't apply for. The conversation you didn't have. The risk you didn't take. The dream you didn't chase. Not because you couldn't, but because you doubted yourself. Self-doubt disguises itself as safety. It tells you, better not to try. Better not to risk it. Better to stay where you are. And for a moment, it feels safe. But that safety is a prison. It keeps you locked in mediocrity. It keeps you chained to the life you don't want. It keeps you from discovering the strength you never knew you had. Let me remind you, no one who ever achieved greatness was free from doubt. Rosa Parks was just one woman on a bus. She had every reason to doubt, to stay silent, to stay seated. But she chose courage over doubt. And that one act of defiance changed history. Self-doubt doesn't care who you are. It attacks the rich and the poor, the young and the old, the talented and the ordinary. Van Gogh painted masterpieces, but in his lifetime, he was ignored, rejected, doubted. If he had listened to those voices, the world would never have seen his art. The truth is this: self-doubt is normal. Every human feels it. But the tragedy comes when you let it win. When you let doubt silence your voice. When you let doubt steal your action. When you let doubt kill your future. So here's the question you must face today. How much longer will you let self-doubt control your life? How many more dreams will you let it steal? How many more years will you waste, waiting for a confidence that never comes? Because confidence doesn't come first. Action comes first. Confidence follows. Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face." She didn't say confidence comes before action. She said it comes through action, by facing the fear, by moving despite the doubt. You've been waiting for the doubt to leave before you start. But doubt never leaves. You can't wait for it to disappear. You must move with it. You must act in spite of it. That's how you break the trap. Self-doubt is the greatest thief of your future. It whispers lies. It holds you back. It steals your dreams before they're born. But it only wins if you let it. The choice is yours. Live trapped by doubt, or rise in spite of it. Every day you doubt yourself, your future gets smaller. Self-doubt doesn't just stop you from moving forward. It steals. It steals opportunities. It steals time. It steals your confidence piece by piece, until one day, you don't even recognize yourself. Let me speak to your pain. How many times have you said no to something you wanted because you doubted yourself? How many times have you kept quiet when you had something powerful to say? How many times have you stayed where you were, even though everything in you wanted to rise? That's the cost of doubt. It's not just lost chances. It's lost years. Mark Twain once said, 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did. Think about that. You will regret the chances you didn't take more than the mistakes you made. Because mistakes teach you, but missed chances haunt you. Self-doubt whispers, wait. And while you wait, time moves on. Doors close. Opportunities fade. And the life you wanted becomes a memory of what could have been. Think about Vincent van Gogh. He sold only one painting in his lifetime. He was rejected, dismissed, and ignored. If he had let doubt silence him, the world would have never seen his art. But even he wrote in his letters, if you hear a voice within you say you cannot paint, then by all means paint, and that voice will be silenced. That's how you kill doubt, through action. But most people don't silence the voice. They listen to it. And the more you listen, the stronger it grows. Self-doubt isn't content with stealing one dream. It wants them all. It wants your career. It wants your relationships. It wants your confidence. It wants your future. Let's be real. Doubt is expensive. It costs you more than failure ever could. Failure is a lesson. Failure is a step. Failure builds resilience. But doubt? Doubt leaves you with nothing. No progress. No lesson. No growth. Only regret. Let me show you what doubt really costs. Doubt makes you procrastinate. You say, I'll start tomorrow. But tomorrow turns into next week. Next week turns into next year. And before you know it, years are gone. Doubt makes you compare. You scroll through social media, watching other people live their dreams, while you shrink into the shadows. And the more you compare, the smaller you feel. Doubt makes you settle. You take less than you deserve. You accept toxic relationships, dead-end jobs, unhealthy habits. Because doubt tells you, this is all you're worth. But hear me, that's not the truth. That's the lie of doubt. Maya Angelou once said, if you're always trying to be normal, you will never know how amazing you can be. Self-doubt pushes you toward normal, toward average, toward safe. But safe is expensive. Safe costs you your greatness. Safe costs you your destiny. And here's the harsh reality. If you don't deal with doubt now, it will follow you forever. It won't stop stealing until you stop giving it permission. Think of all the people history almost lost because of doubt. Rosa Parks could have stayed silent. Nelson Mandela could have stayed broken in prison. Helen Keller could have given up on learning. But they chose courage. They chose faith over fear. They refused to pay the price of doubt. And because of that, the world was changed. Now, think about you. What future is self-doubt stealing from you right now? What dream have you buried because you didn't believe in yourself? What opportunities are slipping away because you keep waiting to feel ready? The hidden cost of doubt is not just the life you're living now. It's the life you'll never know. The future you'll never see. The person you'll never become if you let doubt win. Let me remind you, self-doubt is not a harmless feeling. It's a thief. And every day you feed it, it robs you. But every day you act against it, you steal back your future. Self-doubt costs more than failure ever will. It steals your opportunities. It steals your years. It steals your future. But only if you let it. Don't give it permission. Your future is worth more than your doubt. Self-doubt doesn't leave on its own. You have to break its chains. Here's the truth. You will never wake up one morning and find that self-doubt has magically disappeared. It doesn't fade with time. It doesn't vanish with age. If anything, the longer you let it live inside you, the stronger it grows. But here's the good news. Doubt can be broken. Its chains can be shattered. And the power is already in your hands. The first step to breaking self-doubt is this: stop believing the lies. Doubt whispers, "You're not ready." The truth is, nobody ever feels ready. Doubt whispers, "You're not enough." The truth is, you are enough, and you can grow stronger through action. Doubt whispers, "You might fail." The truth is, failure is not the end. Failure is the beginning of success. Henry Ford said, "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right." That's the power of belief. If you think you can't, doubt wins. If you think you can, action wins. And the belief you choose today will shape the life you live tomorrow. Step 2. Start small. Most people think confidence comes before action. But the opposite is true. Action comes first. Confidence grows later. Take the first step. Even if it's small. Even if it's shaky. Even if your hands are trembling and your voice is weak. Because every small win builds confidence. And every act of courage breaks a link in the chain of doubt. Think about how a baby learns to walk. They don't wait until they feel confident. They stumble. They fall. They get back up. And slowly, their steps become stronger. You're the same. You don't need to wait. You just need to begin. Step 3. Replace doubt with truth. Doubt speaks lies, but you can answer back with truth. When doubt says, "I can't," you say, "I can learn." When doubt says, "I'll fail," you say, "Failure is part of growth." When doubt says, "I'm not good enough," you say, "I am becoming better every day." Your words matter. Your thoughts matter. Because what you speak to yourself becomes what you believe about yourself. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. You can't control what others say. You can't control what the world thinks. But you can control your own thoughts. And when you choose thoughts of truth over lies, doubt loses its grip. Step 4. Surround yourself with courage. Self-doubt grows in isolation. When you try to fight alone, the voice of doubt gets louder. But when you surround yourself with people of faith, courage, and action, their strength becomes your strength. Look at history. Even great leaders leaned on others. Martin Luther King Jr. had a movement behind him. Maya Angelou stood on the shoulders of those who came before her. Helen Keller had Anne Sullivan to guide her. You don't have to fight doubt alone. Find people who remind you of your worth. People who see your potential even when you don't. Stay close to them. Their belief in you will fuel your belief in yourself. Step 5. Choose courage over perfection. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Doubt thrives on perfection. It tells you, don't start until everything is perfect. And so you never start. But courage doesn't wait for perfect. Courage moves with imperfection. Courage says, I may not have it all figured out, but I'll begin anyway. Eleanor Roosevelt said, you must do the thing you think you cannot do. That's the cure for self-doubt. Not waiting for confidence. Not waiting for clarity. But doing the very thing doubt says you can't. And when you do, you prove doubt wrong. Self-doubt is not a life sentence. It's a habit. And like any habit, it can be broken. With action. With truth. With courage. With persistence. Every time you act, you take back ground from doubt. Every time you speak truth, you weaken its voice. Every time you show courage, you break another chain. And one day, you'll look back and realize, the doubt that once ruled you is now silent. Because you chose to fight. You chose to act. You chose to believe. Self-doubt doesn't leave by itself. It leaves when you fight back. It leaves when you take action. It leaves when you choose courage over fear, truth over lies, and progress over perfection. Break the chains today because your future depends on it. Self-doubt steals. Faith builds. Which one will you choose? You've seen it by now. Doubt is a thief. It steals dreams. It steals years. It steals futures. But you don't have to let it win. You don't have to give it another day of your life. The power to choose is in your hands. Faith and fear are both invisible. Both ask you to believe in something you cannot see. Fear says, believe in failure. Believe in loss. Believe in your weakness. Faith says, believe in your strength. Believe in growth. Believe in your future. The question is simple. Which voice will you trust? Let me speak to your heart. You've carried self-doubt for years. You've let it silence you. You've let it delay you. You've let it chain you to a smaller life than you deserve. But deep down, you know there's more. You know you were created for more. And that's why you're listening right now. Because something inside you refuses to die. That something is faith. The seed of belief that no amount of doubt has been able to kill. Maya Angelou once said, "Hope and fear cannot occupy the same space. Invite one to stay. If you invite fear, doubt will live with you forever. But if you invite faith, doubt has no place to stay." Faith doesn't mean you won't feel fear. Faith means you move forward anyway. Faith is not waiting for perfect confidence. Faith is saying, I may not see the whole path, but I'll take the next step. And that next step is all you need. Think of Nelson Mandela, 27 years in prison. He had every reason to give in to doubt, to let fear consume him. But he chose faith. He chose to believe in a future of freedom, even when he couldn't see it. And that faith changed a nation. Faith is powerful. But here's the truth. Faith grows through action. When you act, your faith gets stronger. When you risk, your courage expands. When you move, your confidence rises. It doesn't start with certainty. It starts with a choice. Let me challenge you today. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting for the doubt to disappear. Choose faith now. Choose courage now. Choose action now. Because every moment you delay, doubt grows stronger. But every step of faith weakens it. And here's the beauty. Faith compounds just like doubt. The more you act, the more you believe. The more you believe, the more you act. And soon, the cycle of doubt is replaced with a cycle of courage. That's how ordinary people become unstoppable. Winston Churchill said, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." Faith is the courage to continue. Even when it's hard. Even when you're afraid. Even when doubt is screaming in your head. Faith whispers louder, "Keep going. You are stronger than you know." So here's the final question. Will you let self-doubt keep stealing from you? Or will you choose faith and take back your future? Because 1 year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you will look back on this moment, and you will either thank yourself for choosing faith, or regret that you let fear win. Don't let your future self live with regret. Choose faith today. Choose courage today. Choose action today. Self-doubt is stealing your future, but only if you let it. Choose faith instead. Choose courage instead. Choose action instead. Because your future is waiting, and it belongs to the bold, to the faithful, to the ones who refuse to let doubt win. If this message is speaking to you, don't forget to subscribe to The Balanced Beat for more life-changing wisdom and powerful motivation. Hit that like button to support the channel, and share this with someone who needs to hear it today. We're building something meaningful here, and your support means everything.